Well, a very good evening and a warm welcome to the Machida Gion Stadium for this MEIJI YASUDA J2 League encounter between Machida Zelvia and Vegalta Sendai. Two promotion hopefuls who up until March had never previously crossed paths. Zelvia 3-0 winners away at the Urtex Stadium in the first ever meeting between these two just a few weeks back. But since then, it's been Vegalta who have kicked on. And at one point, they led the J2 League table, but a recent slump in form has seen them tumble down to third. Machida Zelvia, on the other hand, are going very well. 5 unbeaten, positioned well in the playoffs, as you can see on the screen there, in 5th place. 5th against 3rd today. And they're in very good form at home as well, Zelvia. They've only lost the 1 game at home all season. Down at the bottom, not looking too good at the moment for a UQ. Sunshine greeting the crowds as they arrive here at the Machida Gion Stadium in the Machida region, suburbs of Tokyo. Renko Popovic there, the opposite number today, Sato Harasaki. Let's have a look at the two lineups ahead of kickoff. First of all, Zelvia making just the 1 change from last weekend. And it's forced upon them with Zento Uno out through injury. His place at the heart of midfield is taken by Leo Takai. The home side boosted also by the return of 2 players to the substitutes bench, Yu Jurikawa and substitute goalkeeper Anton Burns. Vegalta make 4 changes as they look to halt their alarming slump. No wins in any of their previous 5 League and Cup matches. They make changes down the spine of the side. Mashisha Wakaza is out injured. Cayman Togashi serves a 1-match ban. Takuma Nagura and Argentine Leandro De Sabato drop down to the bench. In come Chihiro Kito, Fugino Yasu Hirohoki and veteran striker Yasushi Endo.
2連勝で迎える上位との直接対決です。今日選手たちと大事にしたいところ、どんなところでしょうか。
Jednostavno treba da nastavimo da radimo ovo što smo radili. Našli smo ponovo, približili smo se onom načinu našem koji smo tokom prošle sezone i početak sezone igrali, tako da treba da ostanemo verni tome, dosledni tome i to je način na koji mi dolazimo do rezultata.
まずシンプルにね、我々のやるべきことをやってきたことをしっかりと出すということ、そして、昨シーズン終盤、今シーズンの序盤ですね、の戦い方っていうものをここ最近ね、取り戻してきた部分っていうのも見せれてますので、それを継続して、我々の良さっていうものを見せていくっていうことが大事だという話をしました。
対戦相手の仙台についてどんなところを警戒なさっていますか。
Možda lakše odgovoriti šta ne treba da se pazimo, tu možda manje ima stvari, treba se pazimo svega.
本当全てだと思います。
Pazimo svega, a najviše treba da gledamo da se oni paze nas.
気をつけなければね、いけない、気をつけなくてもいい部分っていうのはないと思いますし、我々ね、逆にそういった相手にも我々が彼らのことを考える時間よりも相手に我々のことを考えさせる時間をいかに長くしていくのかっていうところ、それはやっぱり自分たちの良さを出すことですから、そこをしっかり見せていきたいと思います。
Well, through the translation, you heard there the Vegalta coach Ranko Popovic. On the opposite side, Machida Zelvia. They're in very good form. Just one loss in 16 at home. That was against Votis here on the 1st of May.
今日も上位につけているチームとの対戦です。今週は何を課題に取り組まれてきたんでしょうか。
やはり自分たちの距離感、攻撃のところは距離感と、対戦相手町田さんに対して、やはり強度の強いチームですので、自分たちからしっかりアクションを起こせるようなそういう準備をしてきました。
前節から4人先発メンバー入れ替えましたが、今日ピッチでどんなサッカー表現してほしいとお考えでしょうか。
やはり先ほども言いましたけども、本当に攻守にアグレッシブなそういう町田さんに対して、我々が手を踏まないように自分たちからしっかりアクションを起こして、仕掛けていきたいなというふうに思っています。
町田との前回対戦は本当に難しいチーム状況の中でのゲームだったと思いますが、今日選手たちにどんな声をかけて送り出されますか。
前回のホームで、我々は町田さんに、敗戦しているというところで、この悔しさを今日しっかり、ここでしっかりやり返すといったところを強く思ってゲームに入れるようにという話は選手ともしています。
前節山形戦の後にはセットプレーの守備についてもお話しされていましたが、今日そのあたりも大事になってきますか。
町田さん、セットプレーもいろんな仕掛けをしてやってくるチームなので、その準備もしてきているので大丈夫だと思います。
That's Masato Hanasaki, the head coach of Machida Zelvia. Good sprinkling of Vegalta Sendai fans have made the considerable trip down from the northeast coast to the capital Tokyo. 4-hour drive, 400 kilometres. They're still coming their numbers. Home side, not one of the better supported sides. They have average crowds here in the region of around about 2,000. Has dropped since the pandemic, but it has grown since the season before last. And of course there were no crowds at all last season. Restricted crowds this season. They are back in their numbers. They've never played in J1. This is their 9th successive season. They finished 5th last season. It looks like they're going to be around about the mix in the playoff places as well. Very little between the two sides in the league table. And of course, form is considerably different. 5 without a loss against 5 without a win. Zelvia are 5 points behind Vegalta. No one in the top 6 has conceded more goals than Vegalta Sendai. But they're also the division's top goal scorers. Machida have the 2nd best defence in the division. They're hoping for goals. One team in a very dark blue. And one team in white. Result from earlier on. BBA, Blubitz Akita, now 8 without a win and dropping like a stone down the table. Lost 1-0 at home to Renofa Yamaguchi, who go up to 14th as a result of that 1-0 win at the Seiyo Stadium. And Akita, thanks to a goal from Dazuki Takagi early in the first half, that goal. Presentation on the pitch is for the clocking up of 100 appearances. Ryuki plays no part today. Reminder of the two teams. Zelvia, just the one change. Leo Take comes in for the injured Zento, in midfield. Otherwise, it's as you were. They've won their last two. Won 5 of the last 9. You'll see Dudu lead the line with Hasegawa just in behind. Referee today, Hirokazu Otsubu. Hirioka is the captain of the visitors. Here is the visiting lineup. 4 changes. Yasuhiro Hiraaki, the captain, coming back in. He's joined in the team by the Brazilian Firmino. He's got plenty of goals from midfield this season. He's big, strong and powerful, good playmaker. Chihiro Kato and Yasushi Endo, the very experienced striker. No Keiman Tagoshi today. He's out with a 1-match ban following 5 yellow cards. Masisha Wakaza is injured, and Neljo Stojicic, the Serbian goalkeeper. He was on the bench last week, dropped out completely today. He is struggling at the moment, the big 6'8" goalkeeper. He's replaced on the bench by Yuma Obata. Victory for Zelvia would move them to within 2 points of Vegalta Sendai. 2 weeks ago, Vegalta were locked with Albirex, Niigata and Yokohama at the top. It looked like those 3 were going to battle it away for the 2 automatic places, but Vegalta have dropped away. There will be peaks and troughs, there will be twists and turns, and they must hang on in there, but they need to turn around their poor form, which has seen them drop from top spot to 3rd. This is one of 4 matches kicking off in the J2 League at the moment. And there's another 4 kicking off in an hour's time. Thasper against second place Albirex Niigata, kicking off around about 3/4 of the way through this one, in an hour and a half. So we're off and underway. No chance of a colour clash today. It's all black against all white. Niigata always tend to wear dark blue, but they've gone for black this year. It's a change strip for Vegalta, who usually wear yellow and blue. Throw in from Onaga. Down the line, he'll put himself about Hasegawa. He's 6'1". 2 goals this season for the former Marinos player. An early touch for Nakayama. Now out wide to the right, and Kato onto the left foot, comes back inside. Endo. It's Kato again. More touch from Mez. Joined the club last season following his graduation at university, which is not an uncalled for. If you're not familiar with the Japanese league system, plenty of players steer clear of professional football until they've gone and got a degree, which is very sensible. Throw in, which will be taken by Hijiri Onaga, former VVN player. Switch sensibly wide by Ota. Yukiyama to Fukatsu. Forward by Takahashi. Nicely experienced 30-year-old defender who's played at the top table in the Japanese J-League with Jubilo Owata, Vissel Kobe, Tokyo Verde. Now looking to take Machida Zelvia to the promised land where they've never been before. They were never close to the promotion picture last year. Only 2 went up automatically, no playoffs. They finished 5th. Still a very good finish for a side and a club that is very well organised and has progressed slowly but surely. Sugimoto. His second game of the season, the 28-year-old goalkeeper to take this free kick, right-footed, down the right-hand side. It's gone straight out for a throw. 2.5 minutes gone. 0-0. There's Yokohama, one of the teams in action at the moment. They've just kicked off in their game at Mito. That won't be easy for them today. Mito unbeaten in 4. The leaders Yokohama unbeaten in 6. 12th against first. Ranko Popovic, you saw there. Compromising looking character, isn't he? Naga. Slightly overhit. Take drops back to receive. So, decent looking ball forward. Hareyoke on the end of it and cleared away by Nakajima. Fukatsu. Okiyama to the midfield. Asagawa's come deep. Two sides feeling their way into the game in the opening 5 minutes. Zelvia 3-0 winners away at Vegalta in the early season meeting. Was it early season? It was March. It was hardly early season. This campaign kicked off in mid-February. Just over halfway through now. This is match week 24. 42. Every chance this might be a playoff confrontation. So they've never bet before. They might well meet another couple of times. There's a chance to get the ball into the box. It came off the unsteady feet of the Korean Kim Tae-hyun and behind for the first corner of the game. It's a good ball out wide. Orta with the cross. Hits the first defender and lands the home side. The flag kick. Katsu comes forward. They are treading carefully with him. The big defender is influential and he's also on 4 yellow cards, the 37-year-old. Gets one today. Will miss their next fixture. This is a midweek game here against Mito Hollyhook. Corner coming in from the right-hand side from Hirato. One of the top assist makers this season, Taiki Hirato, corner taker. 8 assists from Machida Zelvia in J2 this season. What can he come up with here? Certainly got an aerial threat in there. Referee now happy. The scrum is as it should be, and after all that, it's played short. This could be a clever manoeuvre, and it takes a deflection, and the goalkeeper goes down and pushes it behind for another corner. Sugimoto was going well wide. Clever corner. Struck eventually by Leo Take through the crowd. Took a deflection. Probably giving the goalkeeper a little bit of injustice. It was definitely going wide. Probably not as wide as I first realised. It took that deflection, so he had to make the dive. Good delivery. Very nearly found the head of Takahashi. It's a good header away by Kim Tae-hyun. And then the through ball is greeted by an assistant referee's flag. Goalkeeper Sugimoto certainly been the more involved of the two goalkeepers early on. It's a good challenge for Katsu. Ball over the top. Vegalta Sendai saw them lose at home to Yokohama in the live game here on the YouTube International Channel of the J-League just a couple of weeks ago. It was top two then. And the second, in fact Yokohama was third. Alvarez was top. Yokohama going top from third. Following victories against the two teams above them. Alvarez and Vegalta. Up to the 10-minute mark for Guino. Back to Uchida. He's wrestled his way forward. Nice touch from Fuguino. Nakayama. This might just come for Kato. Loses it, has to go backwards. Down the line from Hirioka and out for a throw-in. We look down at the bottom, there's a big game down the bottom today. Iwata, Grula, Morioka out of the bottom three last week, courtesy of victory. What a fantastic run. Unbeaten in 6, and they are beating their relegation rivals Amiya Ardija at the Iwagan Stadium in Morioka by 1-0 already. Goal in the opening 10 minutes there from the Kano. On a fabulous run of form. They looked absolutely nailed on a few weeks ago to be relegated. They have suddenly found their feet at this level. They really are the form team at the moment, one of the form teams in this division. And 4-0, VVN 1 is another early goal to tell you about. Katsu with the early strike for Vivara Nagasaki. They were 7 unbeaten themselves, 4 wins and a draw in their last 5. They really are pushing for a playoff place at the moment. Currently 6th, just inside the playoff places. It's very, very congested, that race for the playoffs. There's no room for error at the moment. You just got to keep on picking up the results as you go along. That's a foul. Kim Tae-hyun was caught. I think it was Dudu, who does come across to offer his apologies, the big Brazilian. It was a little late, wasn't it, from the Brazilian. 3 goals from him since his close season move from Vemfore. Spent last season on loan at Avispa in the J1 League. Dudu's challenge went unpunished. I suspect if that happened in the second half, that might well have been a yellow card. It's funny how football pans itself out. The early stages, you can get away with a lot more, can't you? It's not the first time he's done that. Kicked it straight out. He's done it on this side earlier on. It's William Pop. Takahashi. Naga. Safety first from Hirayaka. And his 6th season. And signed from Shimizu S-Pulse. Just run away from Yasu there. Back to Pop again. Gives it to Shohei Takahashi. Certainly have had the better of it so far, Zelvia. Still 0-0 as we come up to the quarter of an hour mark. So again with the interception, they wanted a handball. Faguno's appeals were met by the referee's whistle and agreeance. Despite the glance of a menacing looking Arajashira Hasegawa. So he's head up, can get it far enough away really. Deflects back through. So William Pop. It's not a bad atmosphere inside the stadium, helped by the reasonable support that have travelled down with Vegalta from the north east coast. 2,500 they average this season. To take this throw in. It's good hold up play from Nakayama. Mays again pulls it back. That's very intelligent. Perhaps should have done better, Yasushi Endo. He's a very experienced player and he had time to pick his spot there. And whilst he had to shoot through a crowd, kind of expected that to be a little bit more clinical. It's their first real sighting of goal in this first half. Throw to Kida. Stretched over to Hiroaka. Mays made that really good run forward. Kato. He's gone all the way through. Got his body in the way, Takahashi. Looks out for a goal kick. That was good running by Takumi Mace. And it was an intelligent pullback as well. Looked up and he saw the Sushi Endo, who was very, very clever to find all that space at the edge of the box. Sadly, the finish wasn't so clever. Best chance of the game so far. Not been too many of them. Still 0-0. That's a foul on Mace by Hirato, who scored 5 goals this season, their top scorer. Captain as well. Free kick from Sugimoto. Spins and launches it forward, Duda. Ota. Take. Sticky situation, but he's wriggled out of it well. Managa. It's going to be a throw to Vegalta. Brazilian Dudu not too happy with the decision. Free kick. This time it's a foul by Takahashi. Blast forward us in the hope that might catch goalkeeper William Pop off his line, but he wasn't really off his line. Not quite sure what the thinking was from Takajima. Both goalkeepers today wearing number 23. If you're a connoisseur of numbers. It's a throw. Dudu's come over to take it. He might end up leaving it for Hirato. Return leaves it for Onaga. Intelligent running by Hasegawa. The throw. Sent to the touch by Harioka. Away by Kim. Machida. And straight through from one left back to the other, Onaga. Up to Okuyama. Congested over on that far side, so now they're going to try and shift it to the left. Managa. Turn for Managa, and he's just got caught from behind by Endo for the free kick. There's been a goal in the game involving the league leaders, and it's gone the way of Mito Hollyhook. Hollyhook 1, Yokohama 0 at the K's Denki Stadium. A bit of a shock there. They're in good form, Mito Hollyhook in 12th. 4 unbeaten, and they lead in that game by 1 goal to 0. Thanks to a goal from Kusuki Kinoshita. That's his 9th goal in J2 this season. His 3rd highest scorer. He's now the 2nd highest scorer, overtaking Thiago Alves of Fagiano. This is an interesting position. It's a free kick. Ota and Hirato standing over the ball. It's going to be Hirato. Played short. It's very, very clever, and it very nearly paid off. Just run behind Leo Take. Vegalta currently 5 points behind the leaders, Yokohama. Yokohama losing. If they can get a victory here, that will close back to 2, and they're right back in the hunt. 23 minutes gone. It's another corner for Machida Zelvia. Goalkeeper and defender. Behind that, Kim Tae-hyun and Sugimoto. Zelvia will start again. Take. Yama. Takahashi. Yasu. Smart turn from Taki Harato. Challenge coming in from Managa. I was expecting the referee's whistle as it's from behind. Eventually the referee does intervene with a whistle. Nakajima was the player fouled. There is Nakajima. Motohiko Nakajima, who's on loan from Sarazawa Zaka. Last season was spent at Albirex. And now it's time for a drinks break. Vegalta, of course, relegated from J1 last season, finishing 19th, just in front of Yokohama. 4 came down. The bottom 2 that came down, Vegalta and Yokohama, are doing better than the 2 that finished quite a way above them. Restructuring of the league for numbers last season saw 4 come down and only 2 go up. Nakayama, 7 goals in all competitions this season. 2 in 2 at the moment. He's in good form. Year-old Sushi Endo. He's got 4 goals this season. Recent signing from Kashima Antlers, where he clocked up over 300 appearances, nearly 50 goals. It's been such a long time with the Antlers. Dropped down for a fresh challenge in J2. Free kick from Foguino. It's been one back and cleared by Onaga. Into no man's land, really. It's Kim Tae-hyun. Arawaka. Sneak play. A curling effort. Oh, that would have been a splendid goal. Super turn from Masato Nakayama. And he didn't have too much on, so he decided, do you know what? I'm going to do this alone. This is good hold-up play. Comes inside and decides to give it a good go. And that's in between defender and goalkeeper and just spins wrong side of the post by a matter of inches. It's a good strike with the left foot. And Nakayama. He's one of a long list of players on 6 league goals in the top scorer standings. Naga forward by Take. Kept in by Duda. Shouts of handball. Kumi Mays that was penalised. This is one of 4 games being played at the moment in J2 with kickoffs all at the same time. This is the only game without a goal. The leaders are losing. Informed Grula Morioka are winning. As are another informed team, VVN, Vivara Nagasaki, winning away at Vemfore Kufu, who are very good at home normally. Another chance here for Nakayama. This time he's unselfish and plays it into his strike partner, Shushi Endo, who strikes it wide. They're starting to create some decent openings here of Vegalta. Grimaces because the experienced striker perhaps should have at least hit the target there, given the space that he's got here on the edge of the penalty area. He's tried to place it between the left hand of the goalkeeper and the right hand post, and it's ended up squirming wide for a goal kick. I think he took a knock as he struck the ball there. He's going to need some treatment. Yasushi Endo. The medic, Sato Kazuyoshi, has come over, but he's been ordered off the pitch by the referee. And for a moment at least, Vegalta are down to 10 men. Sato Kazuyoshi radioing the technical area on this near side to say things are okay. It's just a little bit of a knock. I don't know how he done it because there's no one. Because there's no one near him, you can only assume that he's pulled a muscle rather than it be a knock. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to carry on, in fact. And that shot wide was his last contribution. The 34-year-old is going to have to come off. Minagawa is the likely replacement. He's got 4 goals this season, the same as Endo. Not a bad man to have on your bench, Minagawa. Not sure what the injury is. He was holding his hip. He's just pulled a muscle there, I don't know. Unusual injury. It's a long ball forward. Walters made the run. Very nearly finding Hasegawa. Kiyama. Take. It's a good block by Nakayama, and the 10 men can break away. Looking to make their change in a minute, but they're still trying to force the issue with an attack that gives them a free kick. And the first yellow card of the game has been shown to Takuya Yasu for that foul. The referee's patience has finally run out, and his yellow card has come out for the first time this evening. The ball had long gone when he tripped Ryo Machida. And it is Minagawa replacing the injured Yasushi Endo. There's one Japanese cap. He's 6'1", he's a tall player. Completely different player really to the man that he's replacing. He's experienced too, 30-year-old. Now in his 3rd season following the arrival from Sanfrecce Hiroshima. And he'll offer some height if they want to go long with this free kick. Looks like Nakajima's going to go short. Greenup. Flicked on, trying to hold it up, Nakayama. Still got the ball. Nakajima, as he drills it towards the left, it's intercepted by Okayama, who travels forward, hitting the feet of Hasegawa. Hirato. Take Naga. Good interception, good tackle from behind, but Hiroaka don't have it for very long. Vegalta. First touch from Minigawa. That first touch ends up being brought down from behind by Takuya Yasuda, who's on the yellow card, needs to be careful. Certainly a bit of shirt pulling from Minigawa as well there, wasn't there? Hiroka. Fukuina. Overhit pass. And an apology from Hiroka. Again, the game is disrupted by another foul. This time on Fukatsu. Naga. Takahashi gets it back from Leotake. Leotake again. Oh, that's a great touch from Anaga. Sweeping in behind was Hiroaka. Got it clear. Branko Popovic is not happy about something. He's given a glance to his opposite number, Masato Hirosaki. How about you, but I certainly wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that glance. He looks like a man that can look after himself. Branko Popovic. Fukuina tried to squeeze it into the path of Keto, but ends up giving it away. It's Ota. Okayama goes all the way back for Katsu. Takahashi. Anaga. Looked like Anaga was going to win the free kick. He ends up giving the free kick away. The trip on Motohiko. Motohiko Nakajima. To Haruoka. Nice. Works it carefully to Kato. To the path of Minaga. Foul by Nakayama. Right-footed ball from the left back, and Arga. It's pretty good as well. Okayama, the right back. His right foot was not quite so convincing there. That will run away from Ota and out for a throw. 7 minutes to half time. Still 0-0. The leaders Yokohama have equalised in the game at the Kei's Denki Stadium in Ibaraki. It's 1-1 in that game. Thanks to a goal from Takuya Ovada. Not Ogawa, the top scorer by some way in this division. He's scored nearly double anyone else. 14 league goals, but it's not him on the score sheet. It's Ovada to make it 1-1 in that game. An obvious trip. Nakajima. Maiduda. Machida have a midweek match here against Mito Hollyhook before next weekend's trip to struggling Thespa. Vegalta host Ventforet Kufu this Wednesday. They're on the road again next weekend against bottom of the table Ryukyu over in the Ryukyu Islands. And they're destined for a drop back down to J3, don't they, Ryukyu? He's a bit stop-start at the moment. He's only just come on as a replacement for a hip injury to Yashushi Endo. Rather concerning for Vegalta, as the man that's come on has now gone down holding his hip, and that's why he got caught by the left boot of the challenge of Fukatsu. I think he's going to be okay. That's not muscular like Endo. It's just a bruise. Daichi Sugimoto. Let's make a couple of saves early on, but it's gone all quiet for him. 4 minutes or so, plus injury time remaining in this first half. There's a long right-footed kick downfield. One in the air by Fukatsu, who was fouled in the process this time by Minagawa, who's still limping a little from that challenge on him by the defender Fukatsu a couple of minutes ago. Dudu tried to hold it up and steer it back into Hasegawa. Didn't quite get the right angles. Fukatsu. Ota's out wide. Instead, the ball was in from Okayama. Trying to find Dudu. Spills out to Hirato. Naga. Takahashi. Naga. It's going to be a throw to Zelvia. He's still moving slightly awkwardly, Minagawa, you know. It's congested again on that right hand side. Coming away with the ball is Hasegawa. Vegalta looking to get him on the ball. We can create. Here he is now, nudging the back from Mays, which went undetected by the referee. That was a clever play from Dudu to bring in Yasui. Tried the shot, rattled it straight against Kim, who deflects it out for a throw-in. It was good running from the midfield from Takuya Yasui. On back by Dudu, clever ball inside. Fugino couldn't stop him. Luckily for Vegalta, Kim could. Wide by Taka. Ota. Katsu. Ball streams away from everyone. And with a minute now to go to half time. It's a goal kick, still 0-0. Vegalta lost 3-0 at home to Machida Zelvia back in March. That was the first ever meeting between these two sides. Have never scored Vegalta against the opposition from Zelvia. Both sides have had a smell of goal, a sniff of goal. Remains 0-0 with half-time fast approaching. We'll find out in a moment from the fourth official exactly how long we have to play in injury time. Fugino couldn't keep hold of it. Dudu plays it back inside, but it strays away. And Motohiko comes forward, and he's been caught. This time by Hasegawa. Looks like the yellow card's coming out. It's going to be a yellow card for Hasegawa. Minutes of added time. There has been a slightly stop-start first half at times. The injury to Endo was short-lived because he went off the pitch. We did have a drinks break. Motohiko standing over the ball. It's the left-footed option. He's the man with the hands in the air at the moment. Yuto Machida. Arrived at the club at the beginning of the season from Sagan Tosu. J1 League experienced player. It's a sizable delivery. Glanced off the head of Dudu. Thought for a moment he'd leaped a little too quickly, wasn't it? In fact, it was Take. He managed to glance it away. Nice. Greeno. It's a clever ball in. It's taken down by Nakayama, but he can't find a way to control and turn. And in the end, it's quickly launched forward. That's good play by Dudu and a good advantage played by the referee. Yasui plays it out wide, but it's too far ahead of Shunsuke Ota, and trickles away for a goal kick. And that was a little unfortunate for Zelvia. Good advantage played by the referee, but there's only so long you can go on an advantage, and in the end could easily have pulled this one back. And having set out the stall, that perhaps should have been a yellow card for Kim from the referee. Over a minute until half time. Game that has yet to produce a goal. This way and away by Yoshida. Yukiyama. Zelvia 5 unbeaten at home. J2, 4 wins, 1 draw. They did lose to Iwata recently here in the Emperor's Cup. Their only loss in the league here in 16 was on the 1st of May. That was against Virtus. Clock ticking down to half-time. Guino, the Brazilian. There is the half-time whistle. Right on cue from referee Hirokazu Otsubo. Well, the home side started brightly. Had a couple of early chances, albeit half chances. But the better chances in the game have fallen to Vegalta Sendai. Shot from Yasushi Endo went wide and ended up ending his participation as he pulled a muscle in his hip. Was firing wide of William Popp's goal. That perhaps the best chance of the first half, which ends goalless here at the Machida Gion Stadium on the outskirts of Tokyo at half-time. It's Zelvia 0, Vegalta 0. Well, no goals in the first half. Both sides have created a sighting of goal. It's the home side that started the brighter. Free kick from Hirata was clever. Unfortunately, it just roamed away from Leo Take. Vegalta grown into the game as it's gone on. This was a really good chance. Whistled past the post from Yakayama. Nearly added to his 6 league goals already this season. Really good turn. Gets away from Anaga, and that's a really good strike just past the post. This is a good chance as well. Again, it's Nakayama. This time unselfishly feeding the ball to Endo, who shoots wide and pulls a muscle in his hip in the process. That was his last action. Great ball from Nakayama. Should really be hitting the target there. A player of his experience just pulls it wide with the instep of the left foot. Well, second half is almost upon us. The two teams back out for the restart. No goals in this game. Struggling Takiji have taken no time at all in getting their noses in front in a game that has literally only just kicked off. 2 minutes gone. Takiji ahead away at Montedio Yamagata. 18th in the table. Takiji just 2 points above the drop zone. But they have won their last two. And they're 3 unbeaten. There's some teams in very good form down at the bottom at the moment. The likes of Takiji and Gruda Morioka, which is served up. Only bad news for FC Ryukyu, who are cast adrift at the bottom and play tomorrow in the only game that's not playing today at the Ajino Motor Stadium here in Tokyo. They travel to the early season pace setters Tokyo Verdy. Who did lose last week for the first time in 7. They seem to have hit a little bit of better form. Tokyo Verdy currently in mid-table. Doesn't look like any changes at half-time. Of course, Minagawa on for the injured Endo in the first half for Vegalta in the white. It's the black shirts of Machida Zelvia that gets his second half underway. We saw that shot from Nakayama whistle past the post and Endo with a shot wide. They've had the best 2 chances of the game. Vegalta. Leaders Yokohama being held 1-1 at Muto Hollyhook. If they don't win today and Vegalta can win something here, or win 3 points here, that gap closes from 5 points down to a lot less. Nakayama. On by Yashem. Lota tries to get the cross in. He was stumbling as he did so. Here's Dudu. Tries his luck. It was on target. It was very quickly blocked by Yoshida at the expense of a corner. A minute into the second half and a good really rummage forward from the home side has ended with them winning a corner. Carefully placing the ball. There's Turkey Yarato, one of the leading assist makers in the division this year. In fact, he is the leader with 8 ahead of Kajikawa, the Tokyo Verdy, who's on 7. And Yokohama's Hasegawa on 6. There's another dangerous ball in. It has been cleared. Yasui. Back to Harato again. For the cross, Takahashi. Not in familiar territory really, the central defender in a wing position. Vegalta have managed to throw a blanket on that attack. Thrown from Okuyama. Take. Okuyama again. Towards the edge of that penalty area, well dealt with by Hirooka. Okuyama. Dudu manages to get the cross in. It's a good ball in as well. Now a juggling act for Hirato. Pouncing on it was Sugimoto. Svejin well behind against Tokushima Votis. Early goal there for Tokushima Votis. Their last away win was in May, the 1st of May, here in Zelvia. They are leading at the Ishikawa Kanazawa Stadium. Early goal in the opening 10 minutes against Zvezda. Goal from Sugimori. That's a good ball in. Thumped away by Takahashi. And that's a foul right on the edge of the box. Nakajima brought down. It's a foul by Hasegawa, who is one of the two players for Zelvia on a yellow card that needs to be careful. When you're on a yellow card, rugby tackling an opponent on the edge of the penalty area is probably ill-advised. Got away with that one. You could say it's a little fortunate. To Hiko Nakajima. Looks like he might take it. He does. It's headed over the top of the crossbar. Fukatsu. So it's just hit it and hope that it gets a touch somewhere. Headed up in the air by the defender. Corner. To be taken by Motohiko in front of those travelling fans in that corner. Good delivery, and it was a downward header from Kim. It took a deflection on its way through. I think it's another corner. It's a good delivery in. Kim gets a run on it. It's Kato, in fact, climbing highest, heads it down. Defender, another corner. Comes the corner, it's a free header, it's an opening goal. Well, they've had the best two chances in the game, and Kim was on the end of that one and glances it into the corner from a super free corner kick from Motohiko Takajima, because he's placed that right on the head, right on the money. He gets away from his marker. He's still got plenty to do, but he shakes off Anaga. And was leaning backwards. He somehow managed to guide that one out of the reach of the goalkeeper and in off the post. And we have an opening goal. And the team that desperately need a win to turn back their fortunes have got themselves the lead. Kim Tae-hyun, the South Korean, has come up with a goal, his first of the season. They had two good chances in the first half, and that was by no means an easy header. Goal coming on 52 minutes. It's Machida Zelvia 0, Vegalta Sendai 1. It's their first ever goal against Zelvia. It is only the second ever meeting between these two. And around about the time Zelvia made their way out of the third tier. Vegalta sprung up to the top tier and never yet crossed paths until this season. Scoot forward. What's the response from the home side? Ukiyama easily into the arms of goalkeeper Sugimoto. Just the one home defeat so far this season. One home defeat in 16 in the league. Zelvia have made this something of a fortress. The fortress is really unassembled at the moment. Katsu. One back in the midfield from Nakajima. His corner created the goal. His pass has created another opportunity maybe here. It's a shot which is zipped in by Chihiro Kato from distance and safely gathered by William Pop. It was a strange goal in many ways. It was leaning back, Kim. He still managed to get the accuracy on the header. Trinita 0. Jeff United Chiba 1. Jeff United 1 loss in 7, 1 point outside the playoffs, and they've got themselves an early lead in a battle between two sides on the periphery of the playoffs. And a half minutes into the second half. It's Vegalta, the visitors, who have the lead. Haven't won in their last 3 away. Oh, that was danger just waiting to happen there. Watched it come over his shoulder, Kim, and the goalkeeper wasn't prepared to leave his penalty area. It was almost inevitable that there was going to be problems. They just about dealt with it, but it wasn't convincing from Vegalta. There's an injury. Tell you the leaders, Yokohama, who were behind to that Kinoshita goal in the first half. They equalised through Vada. They are now 2-1 up in that game. Yokohama at the K's Denki Stadium against Mito Hollyhock. Mito Hollyhock 1, Yokohama 2. So there are currently 8 games being played, and every single one of them has a goal. 4 games kicked off on the hour. And all 4 of those games, 7 o'clock kickoffs in the J2 League, have a goal, and all 4 away sides are leading by 1 goal to nil. Votis leading in their game away at Zvejin. Today Yamagata losing to struggling to Shigi. Jeff United, we just heard, leading at Oita Trinita. Fagiano in fourth are 1-0 down at home against Rosso. We're down in 11th. Faggy have won their last 3 and 4 unbeaten. Rosso have lost the last 2. And that a win in 5, so perhaps a little bit of a shock in that game at the City Light Stadium in Okayama. Faggy 0, Rosso 1. And that's, of course, very early doors. Only 18 minutes gone in that one. 58 minutes gone in this one. And that, man, is the difference between the two sides. His headed goal just a few moments ago has given Vegalta the lead. It's a goal kick. He's on his own in that half. Segimoto expecting distance, and that's what they get. Matsuhiko taken down neatly by Onaga. He's placed it straight out of play. To the 60th minute of the game here now. Such a productive early performance from Zelvia in this game, but they've fallen by the wayside a little bit. They're losing here by a goal to 0. They need to regain that confidence that they were showing in the opening 15-20 minutes. It's a foul by Teiki Hirato. 5 goals as well as his 8 assists. He's been something special this season. One of the standout players in J2. Teiki Hirato. Not really gone for him so far this evening. Throw it up in the air from Take towards the right hand side, taking back inside right Hirakawa. Hirakawa on for Ota just a couple of minutes ago on this near side. Taken, not Ota, I beg your pardon, it was Hasegawa that's gone off, and he's gone off because of the yellow card, and it could have easily been sent off, so they've got him off before he is sent off. Placed by Hirakawa. Kida. Sensible ball. Took a deflection, the effort from Uchida, and that's one. Vegalta a corner, and they scored from a corner just a few minutes ago. Hiko, this time a good strong header away by Takahashi. It's a foul. That was flattened by Kim. Free kick. 2/3 of the way through. Vegalta finished runners-up in 2012 in J1. It spiraled out of control. The following 8 seasons, they were unable to finish in the top 10, culminating in the inevitable last season, which was relegation. They won the J2 title in 2009. Runners-up in 2001. They know how to get out of this division. Grind out 3 points here. Keeps them within touching distance of the front 2. Birex, by the way, in second. Kick off in about 5 minutes against struggling Thespa at the Shoya Stadium. It's the late kick-off today. He's got time to turn. Nakayama has been absolutely wiped out by Fukatsu, and that yellow card was inevitable. Kuta Fukatsu comes the third Zelvia player to pick up a caution in this game off of the referee. There is Kazu Matsubu. So Yokohama winning. Fourth placed Fagiano losing. Third place in the table at the moment. Vegalta are also winning. Ball forward, headed back down. It's a good header by Minagawa. And struck towards goal by Motohiko. Blocked by the presence of a crowd. Down at the bottom in form, Iwata Grula leading Omiya by 1-0. Vivara are in form. They're leading away today at Venfore Kufu. Jeff United Chiba, another team in good form. They are 1-0 up early on away at Oita Trinita at the Shodenko. Yokohama, the leaders, leading after trailing early on. They're now 2-1 up in a tricky looking away game at the Case Denki against Mito Hollyhook. Here it's 1-0. South Korean Kim with a goal, but they've got some defending to do now. Quick free kick, scooped forward, Onaga. Corner kick. This touch came off of Ryo Machida. On the clock. It's whipped in underneath the crossbar. Goalkeeper pulls it away. Handball against Yashi. Heading towards the midway point in the second half. Vegalta be keen to put their recent woes, their recent troubles behind them. 5 without a win. They're leading here and they'll be keen to keep hold of that lead. Kim has gone down. Knocked to the side of the head. And he's coming together with Taki Harato. Well, this is an injury here. You would have thought the referee would have called for the mid-half drinks break, as we are literally just hitting the midway point of the second half. In fact, that's exactly what he has done. Both sides have a man down injured at the time. I don't think there's anything serious here. It was a coming together. They seemed to clash heads, didn't they, I think? This is a goal. Outswing up. It's a great header. He's literally diving away from goal. It's a backward header and he's got it absolutely spot on. Don't think you really appreciate just how difficult that is to manoeuvre. South Korean Kim with the only goal of the game. He's on loan from Ulsan Hyundai. Former He's a former South Korean under-23 international. He's still only 21. He was holding the side of his head, but he's also limping. Picked up 2 injuries in 1 hit there. At 35% possession. But they've had the only 2 shots on target. They had the better chances in the game. Zelvia haven't really created too much at all going forward, which will be a concern to their coach, Masato Hanasaki. Kim is off at the moment. They're down to 10 men. Can they make the most of this, Zelvia? Into the penalty area. Now, is that a foul? No, says the referee. Vegalta dashes to his opponent, says get up. They are adamant, led by the protests of Captain Teiko Harato. Felt they should have had a penalty there, Zelvia. Something of a tangle. Trying to defuse the situation is Kim, who's back on the field and patched up after his 2 injuries in 1 hit. Dudu is not a happy man. The reaction of Vegalta. Let me remind you, they are both Brazilians, but they are not best of friends at the moment. And this was the moment. Let's have a look. Ball over the top. Well, he's barged into the back. You have to ask the question, does Vegalta get anywhere near the ball? No. In fact, the ball is the other side of the player who challenges. He leans into him. That is a cast iron penalty. And the referee has made a big mistake there. That should have been a penalty. And you can kind of understand why Dudu is furious. Probably even more so when you consider that his compatriot Vegalta then went running after him to tell him to get up, having flattened him. Referee says it's a coming together. If that happens in the middle of the park, you give a free kick and no one blinks. Renko Popovic probably thinking he's got away with one there, and he has. Into the penalty area. This time there's a coming together. But that coming together ends up with a free kick to Vegalta Sendai. Well, a big, big penalty shout. Gonna make a change. Nakayama limping slightly. He's going to make weight. They're going to go one up top. They're going to try and solidify things by bringing on an Argentine. Recently signed from Rosario Central, a former Vélez Sarsfield player for whom he played over 100 times. Leandro Di Sabato is on. Started each of the last 3 matches, dropped to the bench today. Very tight and compact, trying to find a ray through Shunzuki Ota. Vegalta. Ota got the last touch. Free throw in. Done nicely by Minagawa. And cleared away. That's a boot in the face. Referee tries to play a good advantage, despite the fact it's a head injury, which probably goes against protocol. Dudu trying to spearhead an attack and bulldoze his way forward. There's a yellow card for the challenge. But really, whilst you'd like to see the game carry on, and it was a good advantage played by the referee, really, it should have been stopped because of a head injury. That's a nasty one. Little wonder that Leandro Di Sabato picks up a First yellow card of the evening for Vegalta, and he's only been on a pitch about 90 seconds. Sugimoto, the goalkeeper, recently signed in the close season from Jubilo Iwata. He's had to wait his time before getting a chance ahead of big Serbian goalkeeper Stojicic, who's not playing today. For an opening, that's a good touch inside the penalty area. That's a good tackle as well from Hirioka. Taki Harato causing all sorts of problems. Good interception by the 37-year-old veteran. He might not be as quick as he used to be, but he was quick enough to react there and prod the ball wide to deny Shunsuke Yota. Hirata with the corner. Again, he puts it underneath the crossbar. The goalkeeper just got enough. William Pop, but it looked uncomfortable. Goalkeeper's gone down injured. There's another player down injured in the net as well. The referees allowed things to play on here. We'll go out for a throw, surely. No, it's going to be kept in. Foul by Yasui, who is on a yellow card and needs to be careful, and I think he's glancing up knowing that. I think he tried to make the foul to stop the game because of the injuries at the other end. Foul was on Kato. Home side making a change, and they're going to bring on North Korean Tae Se-yong, who's got 4 goals this season. Just deciding who they're going to take off. They've changed their mind. No, he's not on yet. Tae Se-yong. And here comes that change. They finally got themselves in order. 13.5 minutes to go to try and get themselves back in the game, Zelvia. Taken off Ukiyama. Taken off Anaga, I beg your pardon. And they've brought on Nakashima. Here they go, 3 up top. Free kick. Second goal really settled things down. It's a great ball in, there is the second goal. Crashing header. Minagawa almost took the net off its hinges and celebrates in front of that large travelling crowd behind the goal. Vegalta are back, 5 without a win. They have found the taste of victory again this evening. And Minagawa could not have headed this any harder. Smashes it bravely with the forehead into the roof of the net. Great delivery as well. That's a super strike. In where it hurts. 2-0. Yasuki Minagawa. Not afraid to get in where it hurts. And in doing so, he's surely won the game now for Vegalta. 13 minutes to go. And it's 2-0. Really did get a solid connection as the ball arrived in the flight space ahead of him, and he got there between the defender and the goalkeeper, got there first, and when he got there, boy, did he connect. 2-0. for a throw. Had to play second fiddle for a large chunk of the game. They've not seen as much ball as the home side, but they've had the better chances. Now they're looking for a third. And remember, they lost 3-0 at home to Zelvia earlier on in the season. This would exact revenge, wouldn't it? Curled up towards the back post. It was a good ball in from Yoshida. Off the head of Motohiko. Nakajima, who's had a solid game in the middle of the midfield. The last 10 minutes. The last win for Vegalta was an Emperor's Cup game against lower league opposition in Honda. It's played across the face of goal. It just about sums up Zelvia's evening as Shunzuki Ota delivers it into the wrong space at the wrong time. Their last league win, Vegalta, was May the 29th against struggling Tokiji. A couple of changes coming up for the home side. Arujo comes on for Dudu. Also seeing a change. At the back for Katsu comes off. Straight replacement is Shunya Suganami. Of course, the penalty appeal 5 minutes before the second goal could have changed the whole complexion of this game. This could be 3. Good save and lifted into the net, and it counts. It's a simple goal, really, and that puts the icing on the cake. These two sides met back in March. Zelvia were 3-0 winners at the Yurtek Stadium. Well, they've got a taste of their own medicine because Vegalta have gone and done it to them today. Breaking away down the right-hand side. Kato gets away. And when it comes back out, there is Motohiko Nakajima to gently lift the ball over the goalkeeper. I think even he was expecting to look up and see a flag. There wasn't one, and so off he went to celebrate. It's 3-0. And Nakajima, Nakajima is really hammering it home for Vegalta at 3-0. When they called on the penalty appeal for the foul by Fagino, it was a penalty every day of the week. But the referee saw it as a coming together. Not quite sure what planet he was on when he decided that was the outcome. It was the wrong outcome. It was a costly outcome for the home side, Machida Zelvia here. Vegalta Sendai are back. They have won 10 of their 6 of their 10 away matches so far this season in J2. Their form away from home is good. They're picking up lots of maximum point hauls. This will be 7 and 11. And that's the type of form that you would expect them, as long as they can match a similar turnaround on home soil. That would certainly push towards, if not automatic promotion, then a guaranteed top 6 finish in the playoffs. It does begin to feel as though that top 3 pulling away again. There's a massive gap in the live league table. 44 points in third, Vegalta, and down to 38 for Varan. This could be a comeback goal. It is. It's probably too little too late. And Shunzuki Ota finds the net with a tap-in. Goalkeeper got fingers to it. Is it soon enough for a comeback? I'm not so sure. But Shunzuki Ota spoils the idea of a Vegalta clean sheet by prodding home what is his 6th goal of the season. There's little to celebrate. Just places it between the goalkeeper and the defender, and it had enough pace on it to see it through beyond Sugimoto, who was just 5 minutes shy of a clean sheet. Niigata are already 1-0 up in their game away at struggling Vespa Kusatsu Gunma at the Shoda Shoyu Stadium. They have wasted no time in getting their noses in front. Their go-to man, Shon Homa, has scored inside the opening 3 minutes of that game. Albrecht Niigata, in second place in the table, are leading. The top 3 are all winning away from home, and they are starting to pull clear, but one of them will have to make do with a playoff place. Taken off the Sabato, who came on as a sub. Vegalta, they just don't want him sent off. He's the only man on the yellow card. They just don't want him sent off, and he is a combative midfielder. Ota, this could make for an early ending if he can find another goal. It wasn't a bad strike, eventually cleared away by Fueguino. Acrobatic run through to Hirato. 3 minutes to find 2 goals for the unlikeliest of comebacks. Cover themselves in glory with the defending for the goal for Vegalta, but by and large they have defended reasonably well tonight. It's just something you haven't been able to say too often in the last few weeks. They really have crumbled. Come on, strong second half in a similar fashion to Yokohama 2 weeks ago against Vegalta in Sendai. Side netting from the substitute. So Tai Si-yong fired wide. Still trying to apply the pressure. There are currently 9 matches taking place in J2. and 8 of them are being won by the away side. It's the away day today in J2. The exception is the informed Grula Muriaki are leading Amir Adija by 1-0 at the Irigen Stadium. They really are in form at the moment, Iwata. They are climbing the table fast after it looked like they were going to be struggling in their first season up from J3. But they are winning again today. This will be undefeated in 7 if they can hold out there, which looks like they're going to. They're in 2 minutes of injury time, into 2 minutes of injury time. We're into the final minute of the 90 here. Home side, if they can score now, might just make for an interesting finale. They're trying. Swipe towards goal was from Ota. He did score a couple of minutes ago. That's a good ball in. And the header away from Horiaka was a good one. He's got to try and hold out 30 seconds until we find out what the fourth official adds on. A bizarre afternoon. Which all but one game in the J2 fixtures list has so far gone the way of the away side. Including here, the only team that are winning at home, the only team that are not losing at home are Grula. 2 minutes into injury time, I went and said they're winning 1-0. Amir Adija have just gone and equalised, I understand. Just wait for confirmation on that, but 6 minutes of added time here. Kick planted forward, they've still got some defending to do. Vegalta, looks like they're going to take 3 points back up north with them. Still got 5.5 minutes to negotiate. Take over towards this near side. Ota. This is the opportunity to keep hold of the ball. Nakajima. Wide to Nagura. Down the line from Minagawa. His brilliant header made it 2-0. Pretty much killed the game off. That goal that Amir Adija scored has been disallowed, so they are still losing away at Grula. As the cross comes in for the left-hand side, this could be interesting. He had too long to think about it, and Tae Se-yong has gone and headed it wide. He didn't make a proper connection, the North Korean. A vastly experienced 38-year-old. Usually dependable from there. He's got a free header. Quite what Yuto Uchida was doing in the way of marking, I'm not too sure. But he's been let off by a lack of connection from Yong, who really should have scored, and that could have made for an interesting 4 minutes. They've certainly had 1 or 2 moments of luck in this game, Vegalta. 3-0 up, but they could have been 1-1 with a penalty. Should have been 1-1 with a penalty. It was a penalty. Referee didn't give it. In comes the cross from the right-hand side from Araujo. Araujo again. Slide rule pass through the middle. Finding the feet of Hirato. That'll be easy. I was going to say Harako, but he left it for Sugimoto. Try and just defuse the situation. Halfway through the 6 minutes of added time. Do get the feeling with that missed header from Yong, the chance has now passed, but here they come again. Take. Ota. His goal. Nothing more than a consolation, you would think, but he should have scored there as well. Well, that could have been 3-2, and maybe it wouldn't have been just a consolation. Well, they've certainly had chances, haven't they, since clawing themselves back into the game with what looked like to be a consolation by Ota. Ota should have scored there. And before him, Young really should have scored with a header. Clearance away, long downfield. Carefully headed back by Takahashi to his goalkeeper William Pop, who's been beaten 3 times this afternoon. No foul, says the referee. Chance for Vegalta to break away if they choose. Or perhaps, as the case is, just keep hold of the ball. Referee says play on. So they'll look to play the possession game. Lauren have won 1-0, Venfore to keep their place in the playoffs. Good away win for them. And now 8 unbeaten. It's the final minute of injury time. Good delivery and goalkeeper chose to come. It's cleared away and then hacked in towards goal. And it's 3-2. And it's not over yet. Hoisted back into the net by Ukiyama. It's a 5th goal of this second half. And really, Machida Zelvia will be kicking themselves, because if they were a little bit more clinical in front of goal, perhaps if they had a little bit more fortune from a cast iron penalty that was denied to them at 1-0, then maybe they might have got something out of this game. Vegalta Sendai, having been 3-0 up, showing signs of shooting themselves in the foot. Looks like they're going to run out of time though, Zelvia. They've really given it a go. They've gone missing without leave at the moment, Vegalta, and they'll be mighty relieved to hear that final whistle. They've got themselves a win, they've got themselves back on winning terms, but it was anything but convincing from Vegalta from the moment that they went 3-0 up. They led early in the half through a goal from Kim. A sensational header when you look back at it, the way that he had to twist. But then they should have had a penalty given against them. A cast iron foul from Fagino and his fellow Brazilian Dudu. Referee chose not to give it. A couple of minutes later it was 2-0. Thanks to another good header, this time from Minagaru, powered home to make it 2-0. And then Motohiko made it 3. 2 late goals, Uta and Ukiyama. Uta could have scored. Yong should have scored. Very entertaining second half. No goals in the first half, 5 in the second. It's finished here. Machida Zelvia 2. Vegalta Sendai 3. Thank you very much for your company this evening. We'll catch you again next time.
J 初ゴール決めました。今のお気持ちから聞かせてください。
일단은 이렇게 먼 타국에서 골을 넣을 수 있게 돼서 정말 행복합니다.
まあこうやって海外でねデビューゴール決めることできてすごく嬉しいです。
52分コーナーキックからの先制ゴールでした。ゴールシーン振り返っていただけますか。
일단은 저희가 세트피스를 훈련을 통해서 많은 준비를 했고 또 제가 프로를 데뷔해서 헤딩골을 넣은 적이 없는데 오늘로 데뷔골을 넣을 수 있어서 정말 행복합니다.
まあセットプレーの準備はすごくしてきましたので、まあそこで決めることもとても嬉しく思いますし、今までヘディングゴール決めたことがなかったのでとても嬉しいです。
戻りながらのヘディングでしたけれども、あの一連どんなこと考えていらしたんですか。
일단은 상대방이 방해를 하고 있어서 앞으로 나갈 수 있는 상황이 아니었는데 일단 볼을 집중해서 보고 정확하게 맞힌 게 골이 된 것 같습니다.
まあ相手のブロックだったりとか守備もあったのでなかなか前に出ることができなかったんですけれども、しっかりボールを見て決めようというところでしっかり決めることができてよかったです。
側頭部に当ててサイドネットでしたね。
はい。
ウルサンヒョンデ FC から今季期限付きで来られて並々ならぬ思いでピッチに立たれていたんじゃないですか。
일단은 작년에 많은 경기를 못 뛰어가지고 정말 게임을 뛰고 싶은 마음이 정말 컸는데 이런 일본 베갈타 센다이에 와서 좋은 기회를 주시고 일단 뭐 감독님 그리고 구단 직원 모든 선수들 그리고 일단 먼 타고 계시는 저희 부모님에게 감사드리고 그리고 또 제 운동보다 제 운동 말고 제 생활에 보탬을 주시는 그 다이도 사장님에게 감사드립니다.
まあなかなかウルサンで試合に出ることができなかったんですけど、こうやってベガルタ仙台というクラブに来て、まあ監督をはじめクラブを支えてくれているスタッフ、何よりも韓国で両親がすごく支えてくれているのでそこに感謝したいと思います。
5試合ぶりの勝利です。この勝利大きな弾みとなるのではないでしょうか。
일단 경기를 뭐 이겼지만은 이 실점을 해서 일단 너무 아쉽고 일단 저희가 제1으로 복귀하기 위해서는 뭐 경기력도 중요하지만 일단 지금 결과가 제일 중요하다고 생각하기 때문에 저희 선수들에게 박수를 보내고 싶습니다.
まあ勝ったことは嬉しいんですけれども、まあ2失点してしまったことは少し残念です。まあ昇格するためには
우리 선수들에게 박수를 보내고 싶습니다.
まあ勝ったことで全員に拍手を送りたいです。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
5試合ぶりの勝ち点3です。今どんな心境でいらっしゃいますか？
やはり最後、バタついてしまって、2失点したっていうのが、ちょっと印象に残るようなゲームになってしまったんですけども、なかなか6月勝てない中で、どうしても勝ち点3というものが我々には必要だったので、そういうところから考えたら、最低限勝ち点3取れたというのは大きいゲームになったと思います。
前半アクシデントがあり、皆川選手途中出場となりましたが、前半どのようにご覧になっていましたか？
もう少し空いてるスペースといったところがあったので、もうちょっと使いたかったんですけども、うまくそこにボール運べなかったので、前半もう少しボールをそういうところに動かしていければ、またちょっと違ったゲーム展開になったのかなと思いますけども、後半少しそういうところを見ながらボールを動かすといったところは修正できてきたので、選手たち本当によくやってくれたと思います。
そして後半3ゴール、セットプレーから2ゴールでしたね。
ここやはりセットプレーのところで直接入るっていうシーンがあまりなかったので、しっかりトレーニングしてきたんですけども、その結果が2点取れたっていったところは良かった点だと思います。
ただ監督もおっしゃられた通り、終盤に2点返されました。これについてはどのように分析されて？
やはりまたクロスのところも失点もありましたし、そういう3点取った後のやはり自分たちが隙を作ってしまったなというところですよね。またそこはしっかりと見直して、本当に改善できるようにまたしっかりトレーニングしなければいけないなと思っています。
6月難しいゲーム続きましたが、いい7月のスタート切れたんではないですか？
そうですね、前回やった時には町田さんにやられているので、その代わりはしっかりここで返せたといったところは前向きに捉えて、次にまたしっかり進んでいきたいと思います。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
最後の最後まで相手ゴールに迫りました90分振り返っていただけますか？
Doklesmo napadali i protivnički gol i zamara ćemo da iznenačimo. Kako je bilo to?
To malo nam je falilo, to malo što nam je falilo na kraju nam je falilo 80 minuta. Mi smo trebali ovako odigrati. Prvo polovreme su igrali dobro, pametno, ovako dobili su nas na iskustvo, ali ne idem nezadovoljan zbog toga što ovo na kraju što smo uradili, to smo pokazali da smo to mi, da smo igrali do kraja. Imali smo mnogo više šansi danas i ovako što nismo baš odbriljirali, igrali smo puno više šansi nego oni. Oni sve što su imali i dali su, dobili su nas na iskustvo i ja im čestitam.
最後にね、見せたああいったプレーがやはり80分が欠けてたっていうところですよね。ゴール前での迫力、点を取るための動きっていうところ、そこはやっぱり80分間我々も決してね、悪くはなかったんですけれど、そこが足りなかったと思います。3点取られて、そこからゴールをね、我々も2点取ったんですけれど、それまでのプレーでやはり、流れでね、取るべきだった、ああいうプレーをするべきだったというふうに思いますし、そこは足りなかったのかなと、80分間はそこは足りなかったのかと、ゴール前の迫力だったり力強さっていうのがね、80分間は足りなかったのかなというふうに思ってます。相手よりもたくさんね、決定的なチャンスは作っていたとは思うんですけれど、決めきれなかった部分もありますし、仙台さんはめくってきたチャンスをしっかりと生かしたというところだったと思います。
球際強く激しい試合になりましたけれども、今日難しかった部分、良かった部分、どういったところでしょうか？球際強く激しい試合となりましたけれども、今日難しかった部分、良かった部分、どんなところでしょう？
Vidi, ovakve utakmice odlučuju detalji. Mi smo primili 2 gola iz 2 prekida i oba prekida i bila je spremna izmena. Znači da se sačekala izmena ili da se tako detalji su odlučili, nama ništa. Mi treba ovako igramo. Ovo na kraju je izvanredno.
ディテールが勝敗を分けるというふうに思いますし、セットプレーでね、我々は失点してしまいましたけれど、そういったところも含めて、細かいところを詰めていくっていうところがやはりね、こういう勝負を取っていく上では必要だと。
Nemojte da zaboravite da su ovi igrači prvo odigrali su fenomenalnu utakmicu u velikom ritmu, imali smo mnogo dobrih šansi i kad se lomila utakmica nismo bili ispoštovani za neke detalje. Moram da vidim penal na Dudovom, da li je bio ili nije bio, da je to bio, utakmica se okreće, a detalji sitnice odlučuju.
まあ本当に、我々のただうちの選手たちはね、最後まで、非常にね、よくやってくれたというふうに思いますし、チャンスもね多く作れた試合だったというふうに思いますけれど、さっきも言ったように細かいところが勝負を分けるというところで、ドゥドゥのところもPK だったんではないかなというシーンもありましたし、もう一回ね、見直してみなければ分かりませんけれど、そういったところで、ジャッジので PK をもらえるのかもらえないのかっていうところももちろんね、そのディティールっていうところに入ってきます。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
you.